Hi, welcome to this guided practice meditation. Um, this particular meditation comes from a really terrific workbook guidebook called the Loving Parent Guidebook. And really, the idea of this whole guidebook, which is got a lot of practices, a lot of great wisdom, shares a lot of stories and introspective kinds of thoughts from people that are healing and trying to find their way together in small groups to hopefully more peace and equanimity and joy and love for themselves, their families, and the world. So I would encourage you, if you're not familiar with this resource, to take a look at it. And it's available probably in a lot of places. I actually got it from the Adult Children of Alcoholics and Dysfunctional Families website. You can certainly get it there. You can probably get it other places too. I haven't explored that too much. But it's a great resource, and hopefully it might be of help to you if you're trying to sort of navigate sort of your inner world, your inner space a little bit more with sometimes what can be a competing voices within, and this particular approach talks about some of the voices that most of us have in some form or another. This particular approach suggests that within us is a loving parent or a greater power, maybe a God's voice, Holy Spirit, oneness voice, but a loving parent voice. Also, within us is what this particular approach or this particular look is calling a critical parent or a critical voice, maybe a judgmental voice, depending on sort of how it comes to you and how it's formed in you or over the course of your life. It's a critical voice within you, a critical parent, maybe that kind of thing. Then there is again, what this program would call an inner teenager voice, sort of the rebel, the independent, the justice-oriented, this isn't fair voice. This is, I need to become independent voice, and that sort of thing. And then finally, within us all is the inner child voice, maybe the grieving voice, the sad voice, the quiet voice, the hidden voice, the unsafe voice of what many would sort of call our inner child. It's often hidden away and kind of hard to find within, and sometimes doesn't want to come forward with all the other noise within. Particularly the critical voice and the reckless or rebellious yet judgmental and justice-oriented voice of the teenager, the critical parent. So hopefully this guided practice will give you a chance to kind of create a space within yourself, kind of a safe place or maybe a brave place, depending on how you view it, to explore your different voices, your different family members, and hopefully find some ways to interact with those different voices and be with those different voices. Find some peace with it. And I will say, I don't know that this will highlight this, but one of the things this guidebook really encourages is to really get in touch with your loving parent or your greater power, your God voice, God connection, spirit connection within, with that loving voice, that loving parent, as kind of a first practice or a first step in this process. So, really, the point here is for you to just listen and kind of immerse yourself in this. You can relax into it. Don't feel like you have a particular goal in mind. The practice will guide you. You may have your own goal. If you do, that's fine. But just kind of relax into it. I'll invite you to some breathing to begin with, and then I'll start to talk you through this. Probably want to plan about 10 or 15 minutes for the balance of this practice. So here we go. Guided practice, creating a safe inner space for your inner family. This guided practice can help you create an internal refuge for your inner family before you move on to the next chapter. Your inner family can visit the space when you need to handle adult issues, such as challenging conversations or work assignments. This safe space can also provide a home for the loving parent to visit with the inner family. So you can see at the bottom here, this particular practice is on page 18 of the Loving Parent Guidebook. And there's a note here that points you to sort of guided practice preparation, which hopefully I've created a little bit of preparation for you as we get into this. And as I said, we'll do a little bit of breathing to kind of center ourselves before we sort of launch into the rest of the meditation. So take a listen after a few minutes of breath. I'll just have a moment of silence, and then I'll begin reading through this for you so you can immerse yourself in this. Take a few moments just to notice your breath. Going in, going out. Just where your breath falls within your world, your body. As you begin this healing journey, it can be helpful to have a safe inner space for your inner family to return to, where they feel safe and where you can check in on them throughout your day. Imagine yourself showing up in a place that is just right for you at this moment. This can be a place in nature or indoors. You may have visited this place, felt a healing connection to it. Maybe a place you long to visit. Maybe it exists only in your mind's eye. This is your healing, nurturing, safe space. Let yourself settle into this healing space. Allow yourself to look around. What do you notice? Notice the quality of the light. Take in the shapes and outlines of what you see. What colors are in your safe space? Absorb the qualities of this place. Notice the sensation of the air on your skin. It may be warm, cold, dry, or moist. Feel your body in this space and notice any sensation of textures. What sounds are in your healing space? Notice what aromas, if any, are present. Picture, if you can, your inner child, an inner teen finding cozy spots in this space where they can relax and feel safe. If this idea of an inner child or inner teen is new to you today, just relax into whatever you do feel and see and notice within in your safe space. This personal space is where your inner child, your inner teen, or whatever you're noticing might feel nurtured, cared for. Take a moment to observe them. Now what they're doing, notice what they're doing, how they feel. Do they have everything they need? Give them whatever they need to feel comfortable. Maybe a blanket, a stuffed animal, pillow, maybe a hammock, whatever they need or whatever you need to feel comfortable and safe. Now notice if there's a spot in your space where that critical parent or that critical voice can hang out to be in this space. Perhaps the spot is in a separate room or a different section of the space where the inner child and teen can't see them. See where your critical parent wants to be and keep kind of adjusting that voice, that critical parent, until it feels right for the inner child, the inner teen, or perhaps even drop this part if it's not working for you. Sometimes forcing this together, even in this kind of a meditation, can be too much. So give yourself a break if it's not working and just take this in the direction you want to go. Remember, this is about creating a space for you, a safe space. Where in your body do you experience the effect of this safe space? Your safe place is always within reach. When you're in your everyday life, you can recall the bodily sensations you felt when connected to this safe space. These sensations can unfold within you allowing you to carry this space's qualities as you go through your day. For now, take a last look around and savor the experience and feeling of this place. Maybe take a few breaths just to feel your way into the space a little bit. Notice how your body feels. Say a temporary farewell to this place. Bring your awareness back to yourself in the here and now. Take a couple more deep breaths as you wiggle your fingers, toes. This healing energy is here for you whenever your inner family needs it. Open your eyes or lift your gaze when you're ready and reconnect with the world around you. I know it says end recording here, but I'm going to put a few questions for you that you may want to, that were included also in the book, page, these are on page 19 and 20 of the book. I'll read these questions. You may want to take a pause in between questions and reflect on these a little bit, and then I'll read the bullets. And again, you may take a pause to think about these additional techniques that you might use to create a safe inner family space. What was the guided practice like for you? In what ways might you use a safe internal space created through this visualization or some other method as your reparenting journey unfolds? And now there's some additional techniques that you may use to create safe inner family space. Draw your inner family's safe space. Build something to represent the space using wood, paper mache, felt, construction paper, clay, or whatever else inspires you. Search in magazines or on the internet to find an existing image that represents your healing environment. Place the image where you'll regularly see it. Find a song, create a playlist that will help you feel safe. Memorize a prayer or phrase to recite when you need a sense of safety. Consider sharing your experience of creating your inner family's safe space with a sponsor, fellow traveler, or perhaps a therapist. Thank you for joining today. And I hope this guided meditation has been helpful in healing for you.